Many people have no idea the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth existed, let alone how advanced it was in pushing progressive ideas, similar to those of America 300 years later, or much of Europe today. This is largely because Russia and Germany destroyed and tried to cover up much of Poland's achievements and history to justify their invasion of what they considered a barbaric people which needed civilizing, leave alike if they should say sorry. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was a pioneer on three main issues, which would later become synonymous with the American identity: democracy, diversity, and religious tolerance. Poland's cultural and political direction in the late Middle Ages was the opposite of that of most European states, which went for more autocracy, ethnic identity, and religious fervor. Meanwhile, the Commonwealth was defined by a unique political system in which the monarch was elected, and where the parliament, known as the Sejm, as well as the Senate, had real power. This system stemmed from the nobility, known as the Szlachta, who made up around 7 to 10% of Poland's society, compared to 1% in most other countries. This gave them significant power and allowed them to play a greater role in defining the role of the monarch. A democratic system was established in which every single member of the Szlachta was allowed to cast their vote, which could have been for anyone from the nobility or from foreign royalty. Tens of thousands of noblemen would turn up to these voting events, which would last several days and were a massive event in which the people took great pride. This system also shaped the role and the powers of the monarchy. Unlike most countries, the monarch served the people and could be deposed by the nobility for stepping out of line or not fulfilling their will. The concept of divine right was foreign to Poland, and civil liberties were a priority, with many people moving to the country to escape oppression. Poland-Lithuania had one of the earliest constitutions, which put serious limits on the monarch's power and gave the parliament a lot of it. For example, the Sejm each had a liberum veto, meaning that any legislation not unanimously accepted was rejected, creating a form of almost extreme democracy, though this later created problems which contributed to Poland's downfall. Another innovative feature of the Commonwealth was its religious tolerance. While Poland was a majority Catholic country, it wasn't as zealous as most medieval societies, or even Poland today. Many people practiced other religions, and the nobility were bound more by their status and civic pride than religion, generally refusing to discriminate anywhere near as much as Protestant England, where monarchs must be part of the Church of England, France, which carried out the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre, or Spain's Spanish Inquisition. This way of thinking bears striking resemblance to later American philosophy, which involved separation of church and state and tolerance of all religions as preached by John Locke, with Poland once again way ahead of its time. Finally, Poland-Lithuania was uniquely diverse, housing Poles, Lithuanians, Germans, Jews, Tatars, and others. These people all contributed to Polish society, with Germans introducing Magdeburg laws to cities, Tatars bringing Asian horses which powered the winged hussars, and Jews who invented bagels while in Poland. Many minorities in Europe were oppressed or persecuted, and national borders often followed ethnic lines. For example, Jews were banished in most of Europe, which is why a significant community built up in Poland. Poland-Lithuania's unique values of freedom and rights created a joined identity where many peoples united under a shared belief in democratic monarchy and nobility rights. This idea is echoed by America's identity as a beacon of freedom, especially during the Cold War, as opposed to having an ethnic identity. The Commonwealth and America share striking resemblances, though their destinies were almost complete opposites. Poland's democratic system would be exploited by foreign powers, who would influence members of the Sejm to veto useful laws and hold the country back. America's founding fathers, in contrast, created a system which more carefully balanced the power of all three branches of government, learning from Poland's mistakes. Poland also suffered the disadvantage of having three powerful neighbors simultaneously, namely Prussia, Russia, and Austria, who colluded to attack and outnumber Poland, leading to the partitions. America faces no such threat, being neighbored by two weak countries and two oceans. Today, America serves as a symbol of what could have been for Poland, benefiting from the same ideas and features which Poland pioneered, but were perhaps too early, unrefined, and hindered by a series of bad luck. We must thank Poland-Lithuania for its contribution to modern thought and their selfless sacrifices. Dziękuję. Remember to like and subscribe, or America will end up like Poland.